Hey there, Crosspoint. This week we are continuing to study the Lord's Prayer for his disciples, specifically the portion in which Jesus asked the Father to keep his disciples and that they would have joy in the truth that he has shared from the Father. He specifically asked that they be kept in his name, which implies shared identity with the Father and the Son, something the New Testament reinforces continuously by calling the followers of Jesus God's children and a part of his family. Once we're in God's family, the Father seals us with his Holy Spirit, and we are called to put on this new identity and to walk it out. We are not his children because we're trying to be his children through good works, but we're his children because of his adopted work, and kids naturally inherit characteristics from their parents. It's a common adage that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and oftentimes we see, for good and for bad, that kids usually have a mixture of the characteristics of both their parents. And this is only natural. You tend to emulate the people you spend the most time with, and children tend to repeat what they've experienced and what they know. In fact, they can only choose to repeat characteristics that they've experienced firsthand. That's why leading and teaching by example is so critical for children. We are the adopted children of God, and oftentimes there's a period where adoptive children have to adjust their lifestyles, their expectations, and even their own self-image to feel and act like members of the family they're adopted into. We have to learn things like, I'm not alone, my Father's with me, and I don't have to do those things to be satisfied anymore. My Father has given me all that I need. And thankfully, we aren't left to figure it out alone. The Holy Spirit guides us, teaches us, prays for us, and conforms us to the image of Christ to make us the children of God we were always intended to be. This is better news than we can ever fully grasp, and God has not left us to figure it out or to do it alone in our own strength. And like a loving Father, he's not left us unprotected. We know that there is a spiritual enemy, one that would like nothing more than to harass, confuse, and dishearten the people that Christ loves and died for. The word describes the devil as a roaring lion seeking someone to devour in 1 Peter 5:8. But in 2 Thessalonians 3:3, he says this through Paul, "But the Lord is faithful. He will establish you and will guard you against the evil one." Is God the kind of father to leave the children of his house unguarded spiritually? Does he lack the ability? Does he lack the love to do so? I'll be honest, at times I've questioned these things. I've asked God, do you really love me? Do you really love the people that are going through that hard circumstance? Because it doesn't always feel that way in the moment. But the presence of the Almighty, all-knowing God is our protection. And he, like any good parent, wants us to grow and mature, something we often do in the midst of hard circumstances if we have our eyes on him. But oftentimes we, like children do with their earthly parents, buck against what the Father wants because we don't understand. My daughter doesn't always understand why she can't run out to go play in the street, but I do. She doesn't understand why she can't drink bubble soap, but I do. She won't always understand why I'll tell her to do some things and to not do others, the same way I didn't always understand with my parents. And for our betterment or for our healing, our parents often disciplined us or made us eat things we didn't want to or take medicine that wasn't always the best flavor so that whatever problem they saw in us wouldn't take over our lives and ruin us. And the problems that God is trying to root out of our lives often run much deeper and take stronger medicine to cure than we realize. I think we see God using strong medicine in the life of Joseph, told in the book of Genesis. Joseph was the son of Jacob, the father of the nation of Israel. And at the time of Joseph's youth, we see Jacob's family is broken. There's favoritism amongst the parents, and jealousy and poor character amongst many, if not all, of the sons. All of these things boil over when Joseph, Jacob's favorite son, is given a vision from God that said his brothers and his family will bow down to Joseph himself. This was more than the brothers could take, and in their sinful jealousy and anger, they capture him, and many of them plot to kill Joseph to get rid of him for good. One brother is able to talk them out of murdering him, and they sell him into slavery instead. This family has got some serious issues, and it is a family that God said he was going to bless the whole earth with. What in the world is going on here? We see how two sides respond to the same family's brokenness. Joseph's brothers try to silence the voice of God in their lives and choose to rid themselves of the favorite in the family because of their jealousy, doing significant harm to their brother and to their father for years to come. Joseph, however, comes to God for his needs. He follows him and trusts and glorifies God in his imprisonment, and he's used by God to be a monumental blessing to the known world, all because he chose to walk with God through life's inevitable struggles. In the end, God has molded him and lifts him up when the time is right. So how about you? When God puts circumstances and people in your life to mold and heal you, how will you respond? Will you keep your eyes on the Lord in the face of adversity and be a fountain of blessing like Joseph? Or will you waste years of your life allowing sin to ruin you and hurt the ones you love like his brothers did? It's all a matter of who you turn to when your heart aches, when your circumstances leave you feeling unloved or mistreated or unvalidated. Do you trust him with your life even when you don't understand? Will you turn to the Father of love or to the sin that only leads to death and destruction? This is what will determine whether you grow in a season of hardship or stall and waste your time, and whether you will allow the Father to guard your heart or let your selfishness leave it open to attack from the enemy. We are most protected when we walk in the presence of God and allow him to work in the hard circumstances that he uses to heal people's hearts.